That's right. So welcome back to Good Morning Vail. In the studio, joining us, I've got the Executive Director of Ski and Snowboard Club Vail, Kirk Dwyer. Kirk, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
This has been a wonderful time chatting with you off camera because we're both from the coast of Maine, and you just recently came out to the Vail Valley to become the Executive Director, but you've done a lot. Your accolade list is a mile long here. I need another piece of paper. Truly, I mean, honestly, let's go through it. I mean, first off, Burke Mountain Academy headmaster for 16 years, from 2000 until just recently before you came out here, right?
Right.
And we have a good friend, not a good friend, but somebody that we all know who went to Burke Mountain, who's on the U.S. ski team. So you were directly working with Michaela Schifrin for a long time.
I was Michaela's coach because while at Burke's very small, and I was the head coach for the younger athletes. So I coached Michaela full-time for 4 years and more.
So did you know there was something there? You knew there was something there right away, didn't you?
Oh, it's clear.
Right?
But there are a lot of precocious young athletes. I think you really see whether they're going to be great when they struggle, and that's when Michaela showed me. She had 1 year where she had relative difficulty, and the way she worked through it showed the character that is still moving forward now. And
then so when she was with you at Burke, what disciplines did you focus on? Because we see her on the World Cup now, and she's on top of the overall. Like, she's skiing all the disciplines and not just the technical stuff.
At that age, we worked very hard on the technical events, slalom and jess. Yeah. She would train some Super G, raced it very little. And we did a lot of work outside of gates. So she would have full camps, 2 to 3 of her first camps where she didn't even run a gate, where we just worked on technical work, and she did a lot of free skiing.
How neat. I think this is so neat. So before Burke Mountain, you were at Green Mountain Valley School for another 25 years.
That's right.
Wow. So you've really been involved with the ski community for decades before you came out to Ski and Snowboard Club Vail. And how's that transition been?
The transition's been great. I think I've been exposed to a lot of the issues or experiences that I need to move the club forward. While at Burke, the first 5 years, our skier went bankrupt, and the school had to buy the skier, and I was president of the skiers. So, that's valuable experience for dealing with Vail resorts, and, I'm aware of the sensitivities and how we need to be partners.
And you see I'm just looking also, again, your ambitious plans down the road. There's been talk about that expansion at Golden Peak. So what do you see, what are you in the middle of right now? Working forward as trying to set these goals in place, or is it more just about getting to know all the skiers and your faculty? Because it's a lot that goes on with what you do.
Well, there is a lot in place. And I want to say Aldo Radamus did a fantastic job. He's a real visionary. I would say that my role is really realizing the vision. And of the pieces, the capital projects and strategic initiatives, I'd say the most important is if we can have the expansion of Gold Peak to have a dedicated training area which would be above the current giant slalom start, because the club has exponentially expanded. This year I think we have 670 athletes,
it's grown
full
so
and part-time. So we really need that space. And ultimately for snow sport, that's our gymnasium, is the on snow facility. So that's the most important. Okay. Second is a new clubhouse, and we're hopeful that that's going to move forward. We have all the permitting. It's really getting the financing, but it's a combination clubhouse and residential that would pay the cost of the construction and hopefully endow the operations. We're really trying to expand our programs for elementary school kids, which is unique. There aren't many communities like Vail where you have a resident population. And if you look at the greats in snow sports or any sport, they've practiced with frequency at a young age.
Right.
So we're working to see if we can develop a program with Eagle County Schools to have a dedicated go-to elementary school where it wouldn't be exclusively snow sports like Vail Ski and Snowboard Academy, right, but that we could have a working relationship and get kids out 2, occasionally 3 afternoons a week, but they'd go to classes in the morning. And then I'd say fourth, We have the need to develop affordable housing for staffing. Our compensation is competitive,
right.
but I think that's common for almost any industry in the Valley. So those are the 4 initiatives.
And they're big initiatives. It's nice to meet you. Congratulations.
Nice to
nice
meet you.
to have you here. Once again, Kirk Dwyer. He's the Executive Director for Ski and Snowboard Club Vail, and great things in the future. We'll be right back with more of the show. We're going to introduce you to ExoJet when we come back.